I purchased mainly sealed wax, but also some singles over the last like 5 months in my new sports card investing strategy, which was to buy, it was kind of a few different things. One, it was to buy more on-card auto rookies of players that I believe in that are well represented on our sports card investment report at nooffseason.com. But it was also to buy, to invest specifically in the 2021-22 NFL and NBA rookie classes. And the way that I decided to do that was to buy sealed wax. So that kind of got me into this buying habit of buying sealed wax, specifically hobby boxes. And then talking to Kendall more, who's obviously a baseball card guy, he then we talked more about Bowman, and we did an episode on Bowman for Dummies and all that stuff. So you guys want to go back in the library and check that out. It's probably still very relevant. But I wanted to just quickly walk everyone through like how I'm doing on my investments, because it's important, I think, to have a process for monitoring like what you bought and then like whether you're up or down, and then try to decide what to do about it. Because if you fall asleep at the wheel, if you make a decision and you're like, I'm going to hold this for a year, fine. You can fall asleep at the wheel a year or longer. But if you're more like me and you're thinking like, I might want to sell this at any given time when the market's up for it so that I can get my profit, move out of it, and then decide what to do with my money, I think that you need to kind of do what I'm about to show you. And so before the show real quick today, I wanted to know, especially with the National coming up, where am I up and where am I down on a lot of the sealed wax? And thankfully I'm not really underwater heavily on any of it. And I'm actually up on some of the singles I bought. So we can kind of X out of this Trevor Lawrence. I'm actually up on Trevor Lawrence on-card auto from a weird set called Elements. And then one box I decided to buy, Panini Donruss Elite Hobby, is actually up from where I bought it. I bought it directly from Panini. Now it's only up about $25, but man, that's better than being down at all, right? I mean, to be up $25,
Yeah.
it just, especially like this thing only came out a few months ago. And I mean, it just feels better than being down at all. So, I'd rather be right at even or up $25, which is pretty much where this thing is. Darius Garland single that I bought on card auto. It's that not many sales of it, but it looks like it's up, and it may be. I bought an SGC 1010 auto. I think I might cross that over to PSA because it just looks like PSA is selling consistently for about 30% more than the SGC version. So it could be worth the crossover there now that I've done that. Like I mentioned earlier, even something like Panini Illusions Mega Box that I bought directly from Panini because I wanted to invest in the 2021-22 rookie class for football, is right about even from where it's sold. It's up a few dollars. So just to be up a few dollars actually feels pretty good. Same thing with kind of like an obscure thing that I might break, like an NBA Hoops blaster box. I bought 6 NBA Hoops blaster boxes, right about even with that. Now the bigger stuff I bought is actually up. So the Panini Origins first off the line, I'm up a couple $100 on that, which I was shocked. Honestly, like I was fully expected to be at this point in time down on my Panini Origins. It's a set that I like, but it seems to drop in value once like Contenders comes out and that sort of thing. So I'm actually pretty happy with the 2021-22. Now the singles of this class are like selling like ridiculously high, which is really what the point of me bringing this up to you, Kendall, is, and to the audience, but to specifically get Kendall's take on a lot of this is, do I ship this to myself when I get back to the United States in late June, early July? Do I ship it to myself and do I rip any of it? Or do I stay strong? I think this is the toughest thing hit us up in the comments if you agree or disagree. But to me, this is my toughest thing. Like, do I stay patient and hold this wax sealed? Like I bought, here's another example, Panini 2021 Contenders Football, first off the line. That's about even from where I bought it. I'm just going to fly through these before Kendall answers my question. Panini Prism Premier League Soccer just wrote a article for Sports Card Investor on this set and why I bought it. So check out sportscardinvestor.com to see that article. But do I rip this? Because the singles are selling like crazy, but the hobby box is down a little bit. So the price of this wax is about even. Everything I'm showing you on my screen, Playbook NFL is about even from where I bought it, hobby box. Limited is about even from where I bought it, hobby box. Bowman Chrome, we talked about this one, sorry, not Chrome. 2022 Bowman First Edition hobby box, about even from where I bought it. All the wax, MLS, a little bit up or even from where I bought it. 2021 Topps Chrome, just to clarify. 2021 Topps Chrome F1 hobby box, even. So Kendall, I'm all things considered here, I am up about 15% on my sealed wax investment or even. And we actually didn't talk about what I bought, the 6 hobby boxes of 2022 Bowman baseball. Those are actually down from where I bought them. Not by much, but I mean, it's a little concerning because here's my thing. This is the last time I'm going to say this, then I'll shut up. The singles from each one of the hobby boxes that I bought over the last 5 months are amazing sales. And we're talking about the autos, we're talking about the serial number, the big players, right? So we know the risk. The risk is, do you rip this? But I feel like I'm at a tipping point, and I either hold pat on the big stuff that I bought, or I rip the big stuff that I bought, hoping to get some of the singles. And if I get one big single that'll pay for my investment, then I either break even or profit. And then, of course, there is a middle ground. And the middle ground could be, look, I bought, 2 of the Prism Premier League. Do I ship myself one? Do I do one of them? I bought 2 Origins. Do I ship myself one and do one of them? Like, do I do like a little bit of I bought 6 NBA Hoops Blasters. Do I ship myself 3 of them or one of them? And then, so anyway, this is like all consuming for me right now going into national. And I only have a small window for it. So, what do you think I should do, Kendall? I wanted to ask you this selfishly on the show.
Well, before you said anything about like, oh, I'm particularly like, this is my favorite product, especially with the Panini basketball product with Luke on the front. What's it called again?
What I was talking about was Origins, which I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how it holds its value long term as a sealed product. But the singles do sell pretty well.
So the way I look at it is typically when there's singles that are, if it's more than like 3 players, like if it's more than 3 or 4 guys that are in the set that are going for big money, then I would probably hold it, just because that's going to continue to get more and more expensive the rarer and rarer they get, especially the longer time that it goes on. For instance, the Bowman products that are down right now, there's guys in there that are going to be absolute studs, and most of them are so young they're not even on the top 100 list. But like a guy like me or whatever that knows the pedigree of those players is like, these players are all going to be in the top 100. Like it's going to be a large checklist of dogs basically. So like you want to keep something like that. I'm actually not a fan of ripping wax for singles. I think you're basically losing money. Like, because the odds of you pulling a Luka auto or something out of that is slim. I mean, that's the point of it. And so let somebody else take that risk and you just stay steady in the profit. Like, yeah, it's fun to think about, I could pull a card that's worth almost this whole investment alone. Great. Or you could have absolutely nothing but bulk cards at the end of it. And you're just like, wow, I have nothing to show for this. And now I have 10 million pieces of cardboard that I have to figure out where I'm going to put them.
Yeah, I hate
And
that. I
so
do hate that.
like I'm a big proponent of buying singles and selling wax.
Got it. Love it. You have kept me focused. That is what I set out to do. And we all have moments. At least I do. I don't know. I don't want to speak for everyone watching and listening, but I certainly have moments where I'm like, "Oh my god, like it's hard being patient. This wax isn't like double the price yet. Like should I move out of this? Should I rip it? Like what should I do?" But I think it is a good exercise to do what I just did, which is like go check the prices so that you don't freak out. What have they sold for? And then talk to a friend who knows what they're talking about, which to me is Kendall. So I think I'm
I
gonna
mean,
stay.
if you wanted to rip some of that stuff, I think the stuff that would be like an easy rip, is like those NBA hoops blasters. That'd be a fun rip, but also at the same time, like it's a low end product
Yep.
for the most part. So like you're not going to lose tons of money if you open it. And if there is an auto, if there's a Cade Cunningham auto in there, like whoa, hello, like
Yeah.
you're way in the green.
Yeah.
But or the Topps Chrome stuff, like it's like whatever, you probably didn't pay a whole lot for it, and it's if you just want a fun rip, like if you're tingling for a rip, then that's probably one of them that I would say, yeah, go ahead and rip that one. Is kind of like almost like a treat yourself type thing,
Yeah.
because there is possibility of you pulling a pretty sick card out of some of those things, but it's not like a national treasures box or something where like if you don't pull something awesome, it's gonna hurt you a lot, like
Right. Yeah. And contenders, I think, would be like that. And I did buy the contenders basketball and football boxes with the intent to hold for like at least 2 years, because I do believe that those rookie classes will have some guys that 2 years from now. And that's basically what you're telling me about Bowman. So you're
yeah.
telling me Bowman baseball is kind of the same thing. 2 years from now, there's going to be guys on the top 100 list, if not sooner. So I mean, there's Khalil Watson, who I know you don't love him, but he's already in the top 25. And so,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, all right. Well, we've spent a lot of time on that, so I wanted to move real quick into a little bit more basketball. Let's talk real quick about. So right now we're in the conference finals, and I think this is a pretty relevant topic of conversation that we need to emphasize to the audience and also get people commenting on this, because I think that